Thanks, and we're privileged to have you guys on the show today, and
Thanks for having
welcome
us.
to that channel. And let's start. Well, where do we start, Johnny Smash?
I think you really have to start at Trinity Chris because Trinity Chris is an artist that's been everywhere, done everything, and continues to gain strides. And he's also has his son here to the left, Jay Jones. So it's quite a unique interview. So we'll let Trinity speak first because, you know.
Because
What up, Toronto?
Yeah. Sorry, Trinity, because you're going on tour tomorrow too, right? So it's
Yeah.
like the last chance to talk to you before you hit the road.
Never a last chance, but for now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're opening with MGK, also with Peter Jackson, G5, shout out Nano Nickel, Illish Clothing, Deal Media. It's all going down to the Cool House, Barrie and Hamilton, just before the Christmas. It was supposed to go out west, but every year I'm out west, so we just cut it short just to.
Yeah.
have
So you
it
don't
to
even
rent.
have to leave home.
Yeah, pretty
Almost
much.
going to Hamilton and Barrie, right?
Yeah, yeah, not bad.
Well, that's
Local
great. So,
convenient.
I mean, that's a big venue. Cool House. There's going to be a big crowd there, I
Yeah,
anticipate.
massive crowd.
Yeah.
We were there with Wu-Tang last week for the 28th
What?
anniversary. Yeah, it was over 3,000 people. It was insane in there.
Wow.
Yeah, it was great. Shout out Deal Media, Nano Nickel for putting that on, and Illish Clothing.
So, your son is here, Jay Jones, who
Yeah.
is gaining some notoriety in his own right.
Big time.
I think Jay Jones has already gained notoriety. I mean, just because you don't know the background information, he actually went #1 a couple of years ago on thatpiff.com.
Nice.
He's an excellent artist. He's repping the Mega Kings. I know if I put on the Mega Kings before, and you're an excellent crew. So what's up, Jay Jones?
I'm just here, just enjoying the day and about to just have a good interview, you know.
What does it feel like to have your father beside you? I mean, like when you look at, everywhere in sports and entertainment, there's always some sort of father-son. Like, you have Will Smith, and now his son is in movies. What's the dream and vision for Mega Kings, Trinity Chris, and Jay Jones? And I must commend Trinity Chris because a lot of fathers are not involved in their child's lives in their household. So excellent there for you.
Well, first off, it's been a good journey so far, like as to what we've done together. But the dream, I guess, would be like just to have our feet up one day, running our own company, managing our own artists, and just stuff like that. So that's what we're eventually getting to, right? So
I think that you have the music,
Yeah.
you have the looks, and you have the brains.
appreciate
Because
it.
when we get back to Trinity again, we have that big man thing, and you actually patented it. Am I correct? Trinity Chris, if I stand corrected. And what he did is patented his slogan, and a lot of
Yeah.
artists don't have the aptitude and intelligence to do this. And this is why I commend. He has a saying like Johnny said, big man thing, which means that we're dealing with a big man thing. We're not dealing with a juvenile thing. We're dealing with something that's solid. And I truly respect that because I don't think a lot of Canadian artists, or even artists worldwide, actually try to find out what happens behind the scenes, what's going on with the administration. And
Yeah.
Trinity Chris did. He seen that vision and he put it on lock. So way to go, Trinity Chris. Any advice for Canadian artists that are trying to be at the level that you're at? Because you're sitting here talking about Wu-Tang and he was nearly jumping out of his seat. But when I look at your resume, I see Vibes Cartel, I see Bounty Killer, I see Sleek Luch.
Chic Luch.
Chic Luch, sorry. My mistake.
It's a lot of artists.
A lot of artists, but
Yeah.
the thing with you, I think you always come out a winner, and that's why I appreciate your music because, I mean, it's easy for me being here. I'm in the Canadian music scene, but it's such a wonderful feeling to know when I'm here and I'm actually a fan instead of an interview, and I'm a fan of yours, and I
Respect.
really appreciate it.
Enough
So what
respect.
advice do you have to Canadian artists? Because I think what you did was great, especially with the copy right here.
First and foremost, whatever your belief system is, tap into that, and believe in that, and believe in yourself. Dig for your treasure inside of you, and not listen to the naysayers. Put the blinders on. That's my advice. And master your craft. Wake up every day, tell yourself that you're the best, and believe that, and start to walk in just, you know what I mean, walk in that light. Would be my advice to any upcoming artist. You know what I mean? Belief system first, and believe in yourself, and then master your craft.
What was it, Trinity Chris, that took you to to that, whereas so many people, they don't do that, and they don't make it, and they don't break through. Like,
Right.
what was it that allowed you to actually adopt that and utilize it and be successful with it?
Well, first of all, geez, growing up in the slums of Jane and Finch, being under a single parent home, seeing the struggles of my mom and what she went through just to make us eat, sitting in a 4x6 cell in Atlanta, Georgia, for umpteen amount of years to get to sit down and think about, what do I really want to do? Where do I really want to go? That's really what brought me there. Do I want this or do I want that?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
So is there anything now, even though you've achieved a great level of success, is there anything else that you're looking to achieve?
More success. Internationalism right now, and create my empire for the heir to my throne right here beside me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not about me no more.
Yeah.
It's about my kids. It's about you know what I mean? Them. I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm just a vessel to make it, you know what I mean, that much more impacted and easier for them. You know, that's my role.
Well, my comment would be what I was reflecting on back. I had the pleasure of chilling out with Chanilleza and D. Blair Sr. As you know, you're also a family member.
Big up Double D
And
for sure.
yes, big up D Unit Security, Double D Promotions, and D. Blair Sr. And I was so impressed by the way he commanded his household. And you know that his daughter Chanilleza is very talented, and she has
Amazing
a career in front of
talent.
her. So here you have a father with a young lady that's growing, so he has to do the father thing. Here you have a talented young lady, so he has to do the music thing.
Right.
What kind of values do you want to instill into your son, into your legacy, and what kind of values would you want him to exude?
And not to toot my own horn or anything, but I probably have the greatest son anyone can ask for. He's
Jay Jones?
Jay Jones, yeah. I mean, he's never had me in and out of the courts. He's never had me like pulling my hair out. You know, he knows what he has to do. He's responsible. He's a great dad. You know what I mean? He knows the importance of what needs to be done at a young age, and I thank God for that he understands those things. So there's not much values only thing I can instill in him is just the business side of the music. He's talented and all that, but there's a dark, evil side to it called the business, and that everyone and their greed factors ignite when, you know what I mean, it comes to the business.
Right.
So-
And okay, you have this song, right? Anywhere I go, I don't leave my gun.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't realize that music is a metaphor.
Right.
He's not talking about a gun, he's actually talking about his microphone.
Yeah.
And you got the unit security, the video is a great scene. He just goes
I
to
wanna
pat
see
him
this
down.
video,
This
Johnny
video
Smash.
is sick. This is what we call sick with it on the streets right now. Jay Jones will tell you, he's always up to the time. He also does hosting also. And just a quick mention, if I must mention, because I actually know them personally, behind every good man, there's a good woman. So shout out to Mitzi Blair.
Shout out
She's always
Mitzi
doing
Blair.
her great
Blair
professional work
Photography.
and her own personal work. So shout out to Mitzi Blair and all great women out there. What I wanted to tell you is like this. A lot of people, they don't have street credentials. I know that you grew up in Jane and Finch, and I actually know a little bit about your history before we actually met because of some other people that we know. So we're talking like Willowdale people, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
How do
Big up
you
415.
how do you navigate through all of this? Because some people hear you say, anywhere I go, I don't leave my gun. But meanwhile, it's your mic. You're just using a metaphor. So somebody would have to exude patience to find out what you were actually talking about.
Right.
Because your message is something of substance.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
And then with things happen in the streets, like you say, you're incarcerated before. How do you navigate that and with a balance towards the public, but at the same time keeping it real?
positive mindset and the belief system that I just said.
Right.
It's keeping hold to that treasure inside of me. You know what I mean? That I know what my purpose on earth is. So I'm just going to fulfill it. Like whatever obstacle comes in front of me, I hurdle over it. I was taught by the best, you know what I mean? And I even though, I got to big up Specs the boss. He taught me that the best,
Right.
to go around them. When they come at you and they confront you and they try to block you, you go around them strategically and intelligently.
Right.
And that's what I've kind of done for the most part. You slip and fall sometimes, but
Yeah.
you get back up and you keep on going. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's exactly.
So you assembled the team here. Is this young
Oh, yeah.
gentleman in charge
Yeah.
of the merchandise?
Banks is Banks
with-
MK.
Yeah. So let's pass the mic over to Banks because you seem to be very silent there. How you doing there, Banks? Any shout outs to anybody out there?
Man, just shout out to my team, 90 Nickel, Elish Clothing, Deal Media. This team's putting the work.
Right. Well, what's the best part about being on a team like Trinity, Chris, and Mega Kings, and Nickel?
Best part about it is just being able to work with people you want to work with and people who have same drive as you and want things as much as you do, So if you don't have that in part of your team, you're not really gonna win,
Right.
So Banks, just curious, what's the special thing that you bring to the team that these guys love so much? What do you really bring to the whole thing?
I think I bring forth unique ideas that other people don't really think about. That's right. I plan on beating people to the punch, next best thing, and then playing with my team and sharing my ideas. And if we like it, we go forth with it. And then if we don't, we pass it to the next idea.
So you're involved somehow in the merch side of things?
Yeah, I have my own company. It's called High by Designs. We do custom clothing for other companies. I do my own clothing, my team's clothing. And also, I also do research on other brands and design my own clothing.
That's cool. And do you have any of your stuff here today with these guys?
Yeah, I'm rocking just sweater I got right now. I just sampled it. You can tell leather sleeves, cotton front. I'm probably
Skulls on the tips.
skulls on the tips.
So are you formally trained in this? Like, did you go to a specific school or something that you just picked up?
I just picked it up.
Excellent.
I researched it. I fell in love with it. Actually, I saw someone else doing it, and I saw I was capable of doing it.
Doing better.
And I'm a person I do everything to a full extent, so I don't slack, And if I can't do it to the best of my capabilities, I won't do it, So when I was looking at them doing it, I know I could probably provide a better service than they could, And that's why I got into the business because I fell in love with it. And I love clothes and I love fashion. So if you see me on the streets, I'm rocking everything matching or,
Yeah.
It's just nice.
You're just a fly guy.
Yeah, I'm just a fly guy.
Fly guy.
You know?
Could you pass the mic over to the fly guy to
Yeah,
your
no
left?
problem.
Because you're sitting there very calm and polite.
Yeah,
And it's actually the epitome of your new album where it says patience is a virtue.
that's right.
Tell us about that and tell me that God Beats is on this because I love him. And if you don't know who,
Well,
if the
God
Canadian public
Beats-
doesn't know who God Beats is, he's a producer. He puts Canada on the map.
Word.
He's number one in all
Word.
of our eyes.
Word. Well, of course, God Beats is on the album. He's pretty much like what you'd call like the executive producer and pretty much produced the whole album. Right. We basically been working on Patience is a Virtue since early 2012. So
Right.
for just over a year. It's just been a collective piece of work that's just really that I've been taking my time with, and as over, like, it's coming out January 18th, right? So up until that time, like, it's pretty much ready to go. I could drop it today, but it's just there's a couple more things that we're trying to add to the project, right? Just to little details matter.
Like, I must say again, because again,
We
when
want it to matter this time.
when I see you perform, again,
Yeah.
being in the industry, I'm also a fan. So I've seen this metamorphosis of your art.
Right.
I've seen you in a group. I've
Mhm.
seen you as a solo artist.
Yeah.
I've seen you as a host.
Very true.
Now, which direction are we getting into now?
Now?
Next year, where do we see Jay Jones?
Now I'm just I just been readying myself for what I want and what I'm going to be, right? And basically I'm ready to put myself out there as the best that Canada has to offer. I'm not looking at the bigger names or what's out there now, right? I'm worried about myself and my team and just knowing that my vision is next. I'm not wishing it is. I'm not wanting it to be. It's going to be.
It's reality.
That's the way I think. That's what Mega Kings is all about. So it's just like when it comes down to it, like, I don't want to just put all this music together, and then just throw it out. I've been taking my time with it, and it just so happens that throughout this whole process of making this project, I've had to be patient about certain things because that's just the route that I've chosen with this project. So it's really just bringing itself to life. And I know if that I just follow through with a couple of things, it's gonna do what I want it to.
Great.
Yeah.
And what is that when you say that you're next?
Yeah.
Right? What does that mean exactly? What is next?
Next is basically that next household name that you hear on an everyday basis that you get tired of, and that you'll eventually grow to love, right? Because once you like me, you're gonna love me. That's just the way that things go in life, right? So
Well, I think Jay Jones is a household name to those who should know.
those who should know, but
Well, I'm telling you again, I really love your work, and I think that it will be a Canada-wide, worldwide household name. I mean,
Right.
it is a household name in the tips of those who do know in Canadian music, I think. And again, like, I mean, you've actually accomplished, like, you know, a lot of people could talk stuff, but you need substance behind it.
Right.
So I could sit here and say, oh, Trinity Chris is a great artist, but when you go on YouTube and you see all the artists that he's performed with
there's a
worldwide,
track record.
there you go.
Exactly.
Right? And then when you see Jay Jones, you've seen that he's been #1 before, and the works that he continues to do in the community.
I just want more of that.
Right.
And I want it on bigger scales.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's where I think, to me personally, like, when we're here in Toronto, we do things. I tell them that it's a world-class city. So if you could do it in Toronto, you could do it in LA, and you could do it in New York, and I think you've been doing it. And soar with eagles and flop with turkeys, but I think you're soaring with eagles right now, bud.
Thank you.
Forever
Appreciate
and
that.
evermore.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, I still think Toronto is still looked on as a bit of an underdog
Right.
city.
Right.
And
But it has the attention right now. And as
Yeah.
long as it has the attention where you can come in and basically state who you are and what you want, Toronto has that ground right now. Right? And someone like me can come in and give an audience what they think a Canadian artist can't do, right?
and maybe change the picture altogether.
Change the picture a little
right?
bit, you know?
Speaking of Toronto,
Yeah.
and you talk about all the cliques and artists that you work with, and I know you work with a couple other people.
Yeah.
I won't really bring up some names, but I mean, has there been missteps, or is there a way that you could guide other Canadian artists coming up? Because I'm sure, like, people call out names, oh, this person does this, or this person does that.
Yeah.
Some people maybe feel that some crews, they bit off too much that they could chew.
Right.
Some crews cause drama. What's your opinion on that? Is that justified analysis, or is it just part of the game? Or what's your advice for young artists?
I think it's just emotions come into play. Being Canadian artists is because there's a stereotype on us, right? And that stereotype is pretty much like biting off of Americans and stuff like that. But when you have artists like a Drake, you know, get to the position where he's at right now, a lot of people would sit back and go, you know what I mean? Because, like, people are actually going through hard life out there, and they're actually giving you real stories rather than just, you know, some stuff that's like sugar coated and stuff like that, than what it actually is, right? So that's why I think in Canada, Toronto, Canada, whatever it is, I think, to me, the Canadian scene pretty much is Toronto, right? So, like, when you have people out here trying to get on, it's just, there's a lot of mixed emotions, you know, and there's once you get in front of somebody, there's gonna be 10 people wanting your spot. I correct myself, 10,000 people wanting your spot, 10 million people wanting your spot, and just to have that Canadian title over you, it makes it a lot more harder.
Well, I'll tell you something. I'm a Canadian, and you make me proud to sit here and to see your work. And you talk about emotions. You make me want to get on up.
Right up.
Right? And you're talking about 10, you're talking about tens of thousands. You will do it. You are doing it right now.
That.
You're writing your own chapter. Glad to have you here. Sorry we have to wrap it up. Thank you so much for joining us here on Liquid Lunch. Trinity Chris. Check out the tour. It starts tomorrow. And if you don't know what MGK stands for, that's Machine Gun Kelly. So this is a worldwide artist with worldwide affairs here, right here in Toronto,
Mega
Canada.
Kings.
So thanks, guys. So we got a couple videos here we're gonna watch, right?
What videos?
a
What
taste.
videos? I want to know.
We got the Jay Jones Underdog video.
Yeah.
I've never seen that one.
We got
could get
the
knocked out.
Trinity Chris with Nah, right? Yeah.
Not. Oh, that's the same one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like
Same
that
one.
one.
Chic
Wait
Loose.
till you see this video. It's a great video, Hugh.
Okay,
We love it.
Double
Thank
D's
you
in
so
there
much.
too. Shout out D-Unit Security.
The unit.
Okay, guys.
Made the video.
All right. So here we go, and we'll be right back with lots more here on Liquid Lunch.
Toronto.
The theory of evolution claims only the strong shall survive. Maybe so. Maybe so. But the theory of competition says just because they're the strong doesn't mean they can't get their asses kicked. That's right. See, what every long shot come from behind underdog will tell you is this. The other guy may in fact be the favorite. The odds may be stacked against you, fair enough. But what the odds don't know is this isn't a math test. This is a completely different kind of test.
Fight for your life, gotta survive. It's cold outside, bro, it's my time, your time, look. You could get knocked out, fucking with the underdog. You could get knocked out, fucking with the underdog. Fight for your life, gotta survive. It's cold outside, bro, it's my time, your time, look. You could get knocked out, fucking with the underdog. You could get knocked out, fucking with the underdog. Show you how to command that. If you ain't ready, then stand back. If you ain't heavy, then wait up. If you ain't ready, be straight up. Haters always gonna hate us. Why you think they call haters? Never mind that, get that paper. Do my homework, get that A+. Okay, they say no way, cause I'm potent like I'm smoking. But I don't play, I stay whole late. Fucking mole to the bone, they don't own me. Independent, underdog. Go report to your bitch ass boss. I ain't down to ever take a loss, cause no day's been taken off. I'm taking off, got checks all in my backpack. Money is power, all the fame. Yeah, you can keep that. I'm walking to the ring, so loud don't hit the thing. All I know, I gotta win. All my opponents got the wings, you gotta fight for your life, gotta survive. It's cold outside, bro, it's my time, your time's up. You could get knocked out, fucking with the underdog. You could get knocked out, fucking with the underdog. Fight for your life, gotta survive. It's cold outside, bro, it's my time, your time's up. You could get knocked out, fucking with the underdog. You could get knocked out, fucking with the underdog. Show you how to command that. If you ain't ready, then stand back. If you ain't heavy, then wait up. If you ain't ready, be straight up. Haters always gonna hate us. Why you think they call haters? Never mind that, get that paper. Do my homework, get that A+. Okay, knuckles feel like cracking. I'm ready for some action. Where's the guy that snaps the thing up in the movies? He be slacking. I rolled in with my team. Money roll like weed. They throw it all in your head. I help you live out all of your dreams. I got a good heart, but don't fuck with me. Caught so good with that $150. My team bout them upsets. Knocking off who got now. You know who already got next. I'm just trying to get checks. Checkmate, but this ain't chess. Predators, we apex. Fight for your life, gotta survive. It's cold outside, bro, it's my time, your time's up. You could get knocked out, fucking with the underdog. You could get knocked out, fucking with the underdog. Fight for your life, gotta survive. It's cold outside, bro, it's my time, your time's up. You could get knocked out, fucking with the underdog. You could get knocked out, fucking with the underdog. Show you how to command that. If you ain't ready, then stand back. If you ain't heavy, then wait up. If you ain't ready, be straight up. Haters always gonna hate us. Why you think they call haters? Never mind that, get that paper. Do my homework, get that A+.
Yeah. Trinity Chris. Shake it out, Sean Don. Deep blood. Hey yo, Trinity. What go on, rude boy? Canada stand up. You ready? Rude boy. Yeah. Yo, who wanna fuck around? They don't want nothing. I've been around these niggas, they all just frontin'. Seen a lot of jewelry, I'm about to go hunting. You wear that shit here, I'ma leave with something. Down, 357. Yeah, I'm still hot, but consider me a legend. Out in Toronto, I had to fuck with my brethren. Rose pop, red Ciroc, smoke in the air, bitch on my cock. Little shooter with me, hand on the Glock. Still be in the hood, Porsche on the block. Whoa, whoa, hear that gun go, bo, bo. Hear that drum roll, brrrr, Canada, where you at? 2 guns up, silence a muzzle, body on the floor like a jigsaw puzzle.
Anywhere me go, you know me gun go, gun go. Anywhere me go, you know me gun go, gun go. Gun can't go, you know me nah go, me nah go. If you feel say you bad no, boy. Anywhere me go, you know me gun go, gun go. Anywhere drop, no man to me head back.
This shady.
You walk up in a dead trap. When the lid pop, it drop like bread back.
Another dead that.
Congo worm fed that.
Hey, so to speak, me no left it out, so we upload the street. Boy, them clear when we hold the heat. Trinity, Christmas shade, yes, we on the street. We on the street.
Anywhere me go, you know me gun go. Gun go. Anywhere me go, you know me gun go. Gun go. Me gun can't go, you know me nah go.
Me nah go.
Run up if you feel say you bad enough, boy.
Anywhere me go, you know me gun go. Gun go. Anywhere me go, you know me gun go. Gun go. If me gun can't go, you know me nah go. The shot of them do know the thing go. When we are flossing at the street, we no party without it. Don't just spend liquor and me call me we shout it. Feel say you bad, come test me if you don't it. Me the pump up off and sound it. Come on a real warrior, we no take this. When we are running on the street, we no left this. So I could have big and tall like a tennis. Hey, a blue steel and I let this go.
Anywhere me go, you know me gun go. Gun go. Anywhere me go, you know me gun go. Gun go. Me gun can't go, you know me nah go.
Me nah go.
Run up if you feel say you bad enough, boy.
Anywhere me go, you know me gun go. Gun go. Anywhere me go, you know me gun go. Gun go. If me gun can't go, you know me nah go. Me nah go. The shot of them do know the thing go.
Okay, now we're on the air, Johnny Smash.
Welcome out there in TV land.
Welcome back to Liquid Lunch, and we got Blake and Chanilleza joining us. Hey guys.
Chanilleza's back again. How you doing? Always glad to see you.
I'm glad to see you guys too.
Great.
And she's got a great voice that we're going to hear in just a few minutes,
Right.
along with Blake.
Yep.
Okay,
New stuff.
go Johnny Smash, go.
Go, Johnny, go. We have Blake here. We're familiar with Chanilleza before. And so I think I want to start off the interview with Blake. You're working on a current album right now. It wasn't like the last interview where we had like Trinity Chris, where he has like works that he's done before.
Right.
Doesn't take away from your talent, your ability. Where do you figure that you're going to make your stamp in Canadian music?
Well, basically what it is right now, I mean, yeah, I'm new. I'm on the come up and I'm doing some things a little bit different, I find, than what most of the Toronto artists and what the scene is doing right now. I mean, coming up on the urban scene, I'm really trying to do things out of the ordinary. I mean, a lot of people say that, but it's about actually doing that and going through with doing things differently. I mean, I have the stigma of being a rapper, so I should be hardcore and I should be doing a lot of this and that, gangster stuff, but that's not really, you know what I mean? I really like to create, make songs and melodies and stuff like that. That's what I enjoy doing, so.
So is that the difference, Blake, with your work?
I mean, I think that's one of the key differences is the fact that I enjoy doing those things a lot more than just getting up there and just spitting hardcore lyrics. Like I enjoy the creative process and sitting down and really sitting there and creating something epic.
So do you have a kind of a vision or a mission about the kind of art, the kind of message you're putting out there?
For myself, I mean, it's more or less just create what comes to mind, what comes to the heart. It's about passion, right? And I'm just very passionate in what I do. And I mean, I get influenced by things every day, whether it's people, places, or things that I'm seeing or reading. And it's just about converting that passion into art and creativity. And that's what I plan on doing.
Great.
So you actually wrote the song that you and Chanilleza were anxiously anticipating. And it's very surprising because, not to take anything away from rappers, but
Right.
I mean, there's live musicians,
Right.
and we know Chanilleza came with her acoustic guitar the last time. And then rappers sort of take like a little bit of a hit because most of the times they don't write their own music or they come with instrumentals.
Right.
So hats off to you because you actually wrote the whole song. Because usually I'm biased. And then when I hear the females and I hear the R&B with the rap songs, I find a lot of times that the R&B sometimes steals the show from the rappers. But I mean, to know that you're in that song and you wrote the lines for Chanilleza, again, hats off. I mean, we're talking a young artist here who's actually a songwriter and writing good songs.
I mean, I don't want to take anything away from Chanilleza because
Oh, no, definitely.
she killed
And
it.
you can.
You know what I mean? She outdid me on that song, and that's really what I like. That's what I wanted to happen, right? That's kind of how I wanted to create it and wanted it to go. Heard her voice, I mean, loved it, and I was like, this fits perfect.
The man is humble, you.
Well, the thing is, Johnny Smash, it's like when you're making a song like that, you're contrasting the singing voice that Chanilleza is bringing to the rap that you're putting out,
Definitely,
right, Blake?
definitely, beautiful voice.
So I hear this. I look at you and being a man, African Canadian, and I see you, I must say I'm very proud because we're very happy when we see young, great minds. Now, I also know that you did a show for St. Margaret's Hospital. Now that, again, hats off to you. How did that come to be?
That was in 2012. I released a project with my former group.
Fly Boys. Right?
Fly Gang.
Fly Gang, yeah.
And we got together with a few people at the school, George Brown College, and met some people from Princess Margaret Hospital. And they kind of just said, you know what, we're doing a nonprofit show, and we really like what you guys are doing. And basically, we just got together with some people that we knew, sat down, and did the show.
Right. So this comes with your Golden Dreams, and I think Hugh has some questions about Golden Dreams,
That's right,
which is
Johnny Smash.
which is about the youth movement and mentoring. And again, hats off to you. Could you give divulge a bit about Golden Dreams?
Golden Dreams Entertainment is basically it's a business that we have registered right now. Me and a few colleagues right now, and it's just about giving back to the youth. It's about giving back not only the youth, but to new people coming up, entrepreneur-wise, anything like that. Is we just want to have a place where people can feel comfortable going and talking and promoting their art or promoting their passion or promoting their new business or whatever they are endeavoring in. Just something like that, a platform to kind of give people a place where they can be happy, a community that they can feel comfortable with. So
Like, that's what we need. I mean, really, because especially young people today, like, what are the job prospects, right? Everybody has got to be an entrepreneur, and it's difficult. And so I'm just curious, like, were you involved in the creation of this? Are you there to support?
Well, myself and 3 other partners came up with the creation of this, registered a business. We have an incorporation and everything good to go. So, I mean, basically right now it's just about getting all the footwork done and getting it out there to start giving people these opportunities.
And where are you doing this? Is it actually happening yet, or?
It's actually still in the development stage. I mean,
Yeah.
Golden Dreams Entertainment is out there, and it is a registered business. Right now, we're actually looking into some artists, some public relations people. We have some poets and stuff like that lined up. So we're really just trying to get involved more.
Well, I would love to talk with you maybe more about this after the show, because we're trying to do similar things here at
Right.
That Channel, Johnny Smash.
We'd like to hear from Chanilleza, but one thing before we let Blake go. Blake for mayor, back up Rob Ford. We have a young, smart man here who's very talented. Back up Rob Ford. Chanilleza, please. Hi, Chanilleza.
Hi, Za.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear, a za.
Yeah.
And for those that don't know, she got that name because she likes to end things with za.
Yeah, wowza.
Wowza. And I think it's very original. I think you have a beautiful voice, and I think you have a great career ahead of you.
Thank you.
What's your plans?
Right now, my plans are to get into school for music. I want to finish off school with a bachelor's in music, so, backup plan. My dream is to be a singer and show the world, like, my lyrics and what I can do and put out my music and stuff like that, but it is hard in the world, and you still need a job. You still need to do things right. So if I'm going to do something on a backup scale or behind my dream, it's going to be something still involving music, so I can pretty much go into any field I want.
Absolutely. Well, Johnny Smash, I'm really looking forward to hearing this song. But
So am I.
Let's get their info before
Okay,
we
great.
get them
Chanilleza,
to
where
go
can
on
we
stage.
find you?
You can find me on YouTube at Chanilleza Blair Music, or on my Facebook page, it's Chanilleza Music.
And you, Blake?
You can find me actually on Twitter at Words by Blake. I don't want to really give out that YouTube channel right now.
Yeah.
It's going to be coming out very soon. And definitely just follow the Twitter at Words by Blake, and you'll find out everything.
Awesome.
Great. So we're going to hear from Whitby finalists Chanilleza and Blake. They're going to perform a duet. I had the privilege of hearing it
It's
before.
actually
so
beautiful. Listen to the words, guys.
Yeah.
Listen to the words.
It's awesome. Okay.
Okay.
We're going to take a break. Come back with you, Johnny Smash.
Johnny
Thank you,
Smash.
guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Take care.
Yeah.
She running. She don't wanna hear no words, no loving. Nah, cause I was messing with the birds. Yeah, young fly fella put the young bird's feathers missed out on the best thing for me. No matter rose petals can change this. Respects up the window. So now I sip slow, living problems couldn't give her what the pain needs numbing. And now I look up, pray I make shit better, have faith that it's coming. Been blessed with this gift and the curse. Which one should I play on first? Just the one that would leave me hurt.
Don't leave me hurting.
Let's love. Let's love. Let's love. Let's love.
Let's love. Let's love. You messed up.
Said it's faded.
Faded.
It's
Gone.
Your actions will live on. You left me broken hearted. Can't trust your judgment. You can move the along.
What?
Girl, I feel what you're saying.
I'm saying.
And I want to make it up to you right now. From this day forward, I vow to be a better man. Do none of the sort. Goddamn. I ain't mean to put this all out there. Heartbreak music was a shanty foolish. Now the spark's been fueled and the flame burns. So let it burn. Just to play with fires that the kid never learned. Can't take back actions. Process was my turn. It's my turn. It's my turn. I get it.
Boy, you know it was beautiful. I know you made mistakes, but all I'm trying to say is let's love, let's love, let's love, let's love, let's love, let's love, let's love. You messed up.
Let's love. Let's love. Let's love. Girl, let's love.
You messed up. Let's love.
Yeah.
Let's love.
I ain't wanna talk about. I don't wanna think about this. I just wanna drink these ounces. Meditate, that's Taoist. And if the heart speaks volumes, mine will be the loudest. And I'm thinking about these things that I did, trying to take them back, hoping love found this. Wait. For the time when it's made, get on top of the game.
Please stay.
Working late nights, no my headies, quit playing them.
I ain't playing.
Living in the now, don't think about tomorrow today. I'ma give my all to this. Blood, sweat, and pain. Pain.
Let's love. Let's love. Let's love. Let's love. Let's love.
Let's love.
Let's love. I heard what's love got to do with it.
Everything.
I know this ain't love that we're dealing with. Yeah. Let's love.
Let's love.
Let's love.
Let's love.
Let's love. Let's love. Let's love.
C-H-I-L, chill. C-H-I-L, chill. And what's that mean? Canadian hip-hop is legit. Canadian hip-hop is legit. Canadian hip-hop is legit. C-H-I-L, chill. Canadian hip-hop. Yep. Keep your eyes and your ears open, but lips locked, no shit tied. I wanna hear it. Canadian hip-hop is legit. They say that hip-hop's dead, well I'm reviving this shit. And you can feel the vibe in this bitch. Yep, welcome to the top, north side in this bitch. Side up. Excuse my French, but I'm the shit, ma. You smell the stench, and I don't ride no bench. I'm a starter. Say hello to Mr. Joe Carter. Tell them dudes to quit or go harder. And I ain't never been the sucker type. Hip-hop moved up north, cause you ain't fucking right. And you can take it how you wanna. Take it like a man or take it up on Caribana. Show, Caravana, Kush messing with my grandma. Canadian bandana, that's my banner. They look at me like I'm DZ, I can't stand ya. Cause I'm picture perfect, homie, I'll grab a can and just chill. C-H-I-L, chill. C-H-I-L, chill. And what's that mean? Canadian hip-hop is legit. Canadian hip-hop is legit. Canadian hip-hop is legit. C-H-I-L, chill.
here on the show, and
Where did I go?
well, you
To
just
another dimension.
because you know why? Because you were temporarily replaced by Johnny Smash.
That's right, it's Johnny Smash.
Johnny Smash is in the house. There he is, and Johnny Smash. What's going on, Smash Bash 2014?
That's right. Celebrate the birthday of Johnny Smash. The girls them pet, the man them chat, the man that gives you the 1-2 otta go on like them odd, but them soft like butter.
That's right.
What?
Soft like butter.
It's my saying that I use that when I get on stage a lot.
Can you speak in English, please?
That is English. 1-2 otta.
Yeah, 1-2 otta.
Act like they're hard, but they're soft like butter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Which means that basically that you always have to bring your A game. Talk is cheap. So you have to bring something of substance.
Okay, we're talking walk the walk?
Right.
That I get. I understand that.
And that's what Smash Bash is about. It's about Survivor's Edition for people who have talked the talk and walked the walk.
Do you want to talk about the Survivors Edition? Why it's the Survivors Edition of Smash Bash?
Well, Johnny Smash is a person that's been through a lot, has suffered from homelessness, recidivism, in and out of jail. So that's the first part of the survival thing. I'm also a member of the Canadian Music Fraternity, and I've also had my own drama. Like, in particular, Smash Bash is dedicated to Smash Kids, the next generation. And I'm a grandfather, and what a lot of people don't know is that I'm a grandfather due to the fact that someone that I used to work with had children with my children. And that was a part that I had to go through because my daughter was a teenager at the time. I brought this gentleman into my house. I don't refuse to name names right now, but that's part of the survival story of Johnny Smash. So what I say to youths is don't be an ostrich. Don't stick your head in the sand. Get out, face your obstacles, get up and go. God gave you 2 feet and a heartbeat, and I'm here to show the world that I've survived. And it's about you showing up to Smash Bash to show other survivors that we could do it. So if you're a cancer survivor, if you have baby father, baby mother drama, you need to be at Smash Bash because it's about surviving. And it's also about life, because included in this is I'm celebrating my daughter's birthday. Her name is Shiley, a.k.a. Bad Breed. And also my son, Shaloy, a.k.a. the Anointed One, is hosting it. So it's about more life. And also, everybody knows that Johnny Smash is a very staunch I'm against abortion. I'm not someone who'd actually show it at an abortion clinic because women have choices and we get into peculiar situations. But what we like to say in the community amongst my supporters is fire on abortion. Because if Johnny Smash mother said baby and then she changed her mind, we wouldn't have a Smash Bash. So we're very staunch in about more life. So that is what Smash Bash is about. And it's about one more thing. And not to be blasphemous at all, because what we try in the entertainment game is to always come up with new sayings, because you come up with something and then somebody else says it, and you always have to get the consensus of the people. So the new saying for all Smash supporters is get off the cross, we need the wood. And in no way or form is meant to be blasphemous. It's actually meant to say who is number one in Toronto, who's number one in Canada. And a lot of people feel that they are number one, and the people feel that it's not justified. So Smash is back to get his place amongst the elite in underground. And I brought legit Chill, as you know, is Chill Clothing, and Chill is an acronym that stands for Canadian Hip Hop is Legit. So we're talking something that encompasses Canadian, right? It totally is what it says. Canadian Hip Hop is Legit. For example, that track that you heard was performed by MDZ, who's from Regent Park. So you're not talking someone who's from Rosedale. You're talking about someone who's been through the grinder from Regent Park. Chill put him on. He made the song for Legit Chill. And we're celebrating Chill's birthday. We're also celebrating Shatta Bling's birthday from www.sbling.com. And he makes beats. Now, the unique thing about Shatta Bling is that he's made beats for Wada Blood and Andrew Blood. Now, Wada Blood and Andrew Blood actually happen to be sons of the great legendary reggae singer Junior Reid. So here we have a Canadian who put Canada on an international platform. But is he known in Canada? So Johnny Smash is bringing the elite to Smash Bash 2014. And that's Saturday, January 25th.
Well, Johnny Smash, I think you need your own show right here on that channel.
We're working on it.
And you know what? You don't even need anybody to interview you because you're great at interviewing yourself.
I could just sit here and watch you all day and listen
There
to
you
Johnny
go.
Smash.
Well,
so wait, but I gotta ask
Yes.
you before we give all the info about the Smash Bash 2014. I know you've done some work in a community, and you spoke before the police board. Can you just tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, no problem at all. We're always trying to assist our community and move forward. As you know, Johnny Smash is a member of MAC Committee, which is Members Advocacy Committee. I volunteer at St. Stephen's Community Center, which is one of the oldest charitable organizations in Toronto. So what happens is that we go to City Hall and we do deputations, and any citizens could do a deputation, but since I'm the spokesperson for MAC Committee, I'm always the lucky one that gets to speak in front of everyone. So we fought for a welfare startup, community startup, we won. More shelter beds, we won. And then they addressed the police board on Cardin, as a lot of people don't know, it's called 208. It borders on unconstitutional grounds.
I've heard of that, Cardin, right?
Right.
Cardin, yeah.
And it's against the Charter of Rights. So we've had people like Howard Morton who spoke on this, and he's a lawyer and he's a member of the Law Society.
Let's just talk a little bit about what that is. Carding is when the police just ask you for ID. Is that what that is?
Yes. What they do is the police stop you, and what they found out that black males were disproportionately stopped. Now, the key to the whole argument is the police stops you and you say, well, if I'm under arrest, and if I'm not, I get to go. So if I am under arrest, I'm not going to speak to you. If I'm not under arrest, I'm not going to speak to you without counsel. And if I am under arrest, I have the right to remain silent. But does this happen in the streets of Toronto? And you have to remember that, Remembrance Day just went by a month ago, and we fought for people's rights and freedoms. So this is not Rhodesia. This is not South Africa, where blacks had to walk around with cards. But it's happening here, right here in Toronto.
So do you have to show? So basically, someone could say, "Sandra, I want to," or "Ma'am, I want to see your ID."
Yeah, well, where have you been?
Do I have to show them my ID?
Not technically by law, and that's the whole key to the argument right now, is the police taking the law into their own hands. Because you have to remember, if you have a criminal case or a civil case, at the end of the day, what the Supreme Court rules is the end of the day, right? So with this almost being unconstitutional, it borders on your last... Right, exactly, which is technically your first in a sense, because we're protected by the Constitution.
Yes.
So this is the problem. So now the police are facing a class action suit by the Black Action Defense Committee.
Why are we not hearing about this? I'm not hearing about this.
I never heard about this, Johnny Smash.
Well, guess what? Because you have this guy named Rob Ford. And on the day that we actually spoke in front of the police board, there was international media there. And that was the day when Rob Ford was actually losing his powers for the mayor.
So he's stealing all the headlines.
Right, but at the same time, too, what people don't realize is that they must engage in their community, because on that day, you also had the TTC board with a meeting, and a lot of members, shout out to DeWitt Lee. I'm going to vote DeWitt Lee in the next election, so should you.
DeWitt, yeah, he's been here, Johnny Smash.
Yes, he's a great guy, a great guy in the community. We're actually going to go to a charity basketball game. He's doing a toy drive today, so if you have time, make your way down to Morningside or something. Don Mills in Eglinton.
He commented on your Facebook thing this morning.
Oh, did he? Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And so what happens is, like you said, Sandra, it's about knowledge, and it's about action and taking action.
So if someone came to me and said, "Ma'am, can I see your ID?" Can I say no?
Yes, you can, but that's again what we're trying to say.
What will they do if I say no? Can they arrest me for that?
Well, it really borders on this, right? Technically, because you have things like America's Most Wanted, right? So it's a question of ID, right? Because somebody could be wanted, and you need to be identified to clarify. So we'll give the police that. Now, what happens is that you're also subjected to a prohibitory search, which means the police could pat you down. They can't go in your pockets, but these are things that people are telling us that's happening. Like, they're actually going into people's pockets, they're searching me. And you have to understand, like, even me, like a man, Johnny Smash, I got grandkids right now. I got 7 kids. I've worked hard in this country, worked hard for my education and my reputation. So imagine somebody of lesser, let's say, educational stature, and I've got an important business meeting, and I'm being stopped by the police, being asked these questions that has nothing to pertain to a crime or anything close to it. So you'd have to realize the indignity and the insult. I mean, speaking from an African male's point of view, I mean, any African male, they don't want to go back. We're not porters. We're not boys. We're not Uncle Toms. We're men. Just like all men were created equal, which then again, you get into the argument where I don't know if you're familiar with Pelcy versus Ferguson, or Brown versus Brown and Wade versus the Board of Education.
No.
Well, these were cases in the United States where they actually talked about separate but equal. So a man bought a ticket for a stagecoach, and he sat in the white section. So the state courts ruled that, yeah, you're equal, but you're separate. So then again, they came to the 60s where they had segregation, and then we had Brown and Wade versus the Board of Education, and they won. So these are things that we need to look at. We need to teach our children, and we need to really look at it and fight for what's right.
Okay, Johnny Smash, absolutely. But listen, we got to get going now. We got to tell people about Smash Bash 2014. I really wish you had your own show here and we could get into detail about all these kind of subjects, because it's very important, and I'm glad you're bringing them to the show today.
Thank you. Well, again, it's Smash Bash, Saturday, January 25th. 303 Augusta Avenue. The venue's called Waterfalls. It's a very lovely venue. We've brought in Vertex Sound, which is Canada's #1 reggae sound. We have music by Super4, Select the Fat Cat. Music by DJ Shango and DJ Biggs coming from the Controversy camp. So again, Smash Bash is controversial because Controversy's in the house, and they're also on Fusion Radio, so tune into them at 9 p.m. And we also have the legendary sound Earth Angel, who has many followers throughout the years. Special DJ is DJ Ace, sponsored by sbling.com. chillclothing.ca, and our special sponsor is Latree Collerbee, specialized in French Caribbean cuisine. It all takes its place in Kensington Market. Smash Bush!
Okay, John.
Thank you
that was
so
a
much.
performance.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, we're going to take a little break. What do we got? Oh, we got something from Mr. Rogers.
Just
we're going to play the Mr. Rogers
just because
thing, Johnny
we're
Smash.
controversial.
And
That's
then
right.
And then we're going to come back with a Brian or Daniel or who knows. It's Liquid Lunch. We'll be right back.
We're just throwing it out.
Thank you.